As a society, we are continuously finding new breakthroughs and ideas, whether that is repurposing existing inventions or being on the forefront of cutting-edge technology. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be taking a look at 3 recent announcements and discoveries taking place around the globe. Dried-up lake reveals a forgotten Oregon town. In the 1950s, the village of Old Detroit was deserted and sunk in a reservoir. The West's epic drought, which has lasted more than 4 years, has just revealed a surprise in northern Oregon. The abandoned village of Old Detroit has resurfaced beneath Detroit Lake, which had record low water levels in 2015. Marion County Sheriff's Deputy Dave Zahn was traveling along the reservoir in October when he came across an 1870s wagon partially immersed in the muck. Detroit Lake was 143 feet below capacity at the time. The wagon remained in perfect condition due to the low oxygen levels at the lake's bottom. According to United States Forest Service archaeologist Cara Kelly of the Statesman Journal, the wagon was probably damaged more in the weeks it was on land than it had been underwater for decades. The wagon, as well as an adjacent concrete octagonal pit that has yet to be identified, have now fallen underneath Detroit Lake after recent rainstorms raised the water levels. To prevent plundering and destruction, the Marion County Sheriff's Department and the nearby ranger station opted to keep the archaeological site hidden until water levels rose again. Receding water levels have also lately revealed a 400-year-old chapel in Mexico. In 1952, the 200-person village of Old Detroit was abandoned to make way for the construction of a new dam that would flood the area, about an hour east of Salem, and create the Detroit Lake Reservoir. Parts of the historic town became visible above the water every winter when the spillways of the Detroit Dam are opened to make place for spring runoff. However, the wagon has never been found before, and water levels have not been as low as they were in 2015 since 1969. It could be decades before the water levels in Detroit Lake drop to that low again, which is precisely what Zahn and the Forest Service want. Funerary Temple of Ancient Queen Nyet discovered. Earlier this year, on the 14th of January 2021, the Egyptian government unveiled what is believed to be the funerary temple of the ancient Egyptian Queen Nyet. According to Egyptian archaeological researchers, Queen Nyet was the long-known queen of the 6th dynasty Egyptian king Teti. The find has been regarded by Egyptologists as one of the greatest discoveries surrounding the ancient Egyptian civilization made in the modern day, as it helps to shine a light on the obscure facts of the 6th dynasty. Despite nearly 100 years of archaeologists having been made aware of King Teti, not much has been recovered surrounding the 6th dynastic king, obscuring many prominent facts that have made it incredibly difficult to uncover further information about the king that ruled over 4,300 years in the past. With the discovery of the tomb of Queen Nyet, however, many new key pieces of information have come to light surrounding the 6th dynasty and the ruling family of the time. DNA evidence and recovered artifacts buried alongside the queen has confirmed that Queen Nyet was both the queen to the Egyptian king Teti and also his daughter. Although abhorrent in the modern day, back during the time of ancient Egyptian kingdoms, it was an incredibly common practice for the ancient pharaohs to engage in acts of marrying family members in order to keep their lineage pure, as they believed that their lineage had descended directly from the gods, and so provided the ruling class with the belief that they were blessed with an innate ability to rule over others. Additional recovered artifacts would also confirm that the king would only reign for a period of 12 years, having been made the victim of an assassination involved in a harem plot to overthrow the king and replace him with a far more capable ruler. Melting glaciers reveal lost Viking-era highway. The Vikings may have captured our imagination with their larger-than-life exploits, but it is easy to forget that they were also practical people. They built sensible settlements with heating, language, and engaged in trade and travel. They were a vast and powerful domain. So, in 2011, archaeologists first discovered a lost highway littered with Viking artifacts, sleds, horseshoes, walking sticks, a 1700-year-old sweater and piles of fossilized horse dung. But now, archaeologists have discovered so much more. They have published new research describing hundreds of items found along the mountain pass: mittens, shoes, sled parts, and horse bones. This mitt, made from different pieces of woven fabric, was found in the Lendbreen Pass area. It is radiocarbon dated to the 9th century. It probably would have remained hidden forever if the ice had not started to melt rapidly, revealing all these Viking artifacts by the roadside. It paints a picture of a well-trodden highway that ran along the crest of Lomseggen Mountain, connecting travellers to commercial centres at higher elevations and to those all-important summer pastures. The highway crosses the Lendbreen ice sheet in the Jotunheim Mountains of Norway, about 200 miles north of Oslo. The pass was at its peak during the Viking Age, around the year 1000, a period of high mobility and increasing trade across Scandinavia and Europe. This remarkable spike in use shows how even a very remote location was connected to broader economic and demographic events. Today, it is essentially a highway to nowhere. The Lendbreen ice shelf dominates the tree line, accessible only by helicopter. But that may change too, as global warming melts the once impenetrable shield. Using radiocarbon dating, researchers estimate the road origin at about 300 AD. At that time, a heavy blanket of snow would have padded the sharp rocks underfoot. Trading posts probably sprang up along the nearby Otter River. The road probably thrived for many centuries. The decline of Lendbreen Pass was probably caused by a combination of economic changes and climate change, with researchers saying that the Black Death likely also impacted the area. By the time the local area recovered, things had changed, and the Lendbreen Pass was lost to memory. At some point, the road may have been destroyed by ice and snow, an event that likely played a crucial role in the preservation of these artifacts. To archaeologists, the Lendbreen ice shelf appears to be a gift from the ancient past, but it is alarming that it is happening so quickly. Global warming is causing mountain ice to melt around the world. Trying to save the remains of a melting world is very exciting. The discoveries are an archaeologist's dream, but at the same time, it is also work you cannot do without a deep sense of foreboding. 6,000-year-old hunting arrows revealed by melting ice in Norway. Archaeologists in Norway have unearthed hundreds of artifacts dating back to the Viking era, nearly 1,000 years ago. As mentioned, the artifacts turned up on an ancient road in a pass in the Lomseggen Mountains, where ice is becoming scarce due to climate change. Across the world, glaciers are losing more and more ground due to climate change. According to a study published in 2019, some 390 billion tons of ice and snow are disappearing from land-based glaciers every year. A decline that looks like a catastrophe on a global scale, but ironically for some, is a boom. While the ice is melting, it reveals in some places archaeological treasures buried for centuries and whose existence was not suspected. This is what happened in the Jotunheim Massif located in the southwest of Norway. While conducting an expedition in a melting ice field, archaeologists uncovered hundreds of artifacts dating back more than 1,000 years. 68 hunting arrows used for reindeer hunting, some dating back to 4000 BC, have been discovered in a slab of melted ice north of Oslo. Led by a team of researchers from the University of Cambridge, the operation also unearthed nearly 300 specimens of reindeer antlers and bones, Iron Age sticks, a shoe that is more than 3,000 years old, as well as cloth that may have been used to wrap meat. Located 300 kilometers north of the Norwegian capital, the Langfon ice sheet, where these objects were discovered, has retreated by more than 70% over the past 2 decades under the effect of global warming, according to the authors of the study. The oldest arrows, dating from 4000 BC, were found in poor condition, but those from the late Neolithic period, 2400 to 1750 BC, were very well preserved. The researchers explain that the movement of the ice sheets certainly led to damage, and the tools that were enclosed in ice sheets helped them rise to the surface. But what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.